Hi guys, I'm Keith Robbins. I'm here on behalf of Plumblink today to introduce the new Corvus decked up range that come with the easy install fixation set. So the easy install fixation set comes on the basin mixer, the high-rise basin mixer, and the decked up sink mixer. In South Africa, we've always traditionally gone for the old school horseshoe fixation. And as the plumbers will know, the fixation set's quite difficult to work with. It's quite difficult to get underneath the basin and put a span onto a small nut, get it nice and tight, and the basin mixer tends to find itself loose very often. So this is why Plumblink have gone the extra mile and incorporated the easy install fixation set. Before I get started, let me just mention a few things on the mixer that Plumblink have also done. They've only used the best materials in this range. So when I look at the aerator, they've gone for the Easy Clean Neopil aerator. We've got a massive problem in this country with limescale. If you get a build-up of limescale on the aerator, no need to take it off. You just got to rub it with your thumb, put the water on, and it'll clean itself out. They've gone for a 200-hour chrome on the brass, so it gives you a brilliant shine. And most importantly, they've gone for a Cedal anti-scald cartridge. For the guys that haven't used or haven't seen anti-scald before, it's a feature that comes with the cartridge. It's a snap ring on top, and it's built before, if you've got a child and you at home and you've got a sink mixer and you're running hot water for the pot and the water's been boiling, the child comes there, lifts it up, puts your hands underneath, you can get it burned quite badly. The same thing for a shower and the bath, you can easily bump it, or he can easily bump it and get burnt. So what this does is, if you've got a full range of motion to the left, which is cold, and full range of motion to the right, which is hot, you can actually restrict it. So that'll be ultimate hot. If you wanted to restrict it for the child, all you have to do is lift the snap ring, move it over slightly, so you'll never get to 100% boiling water. It'll always be restricted. A secondary benefit of anti-scald is in the shower mixer. If you wanted to set your ideal shower temperature, just take the handle off, the cover off, set the temperature you want it to be at, and you move the ring. So whenever you get in the shower, you just pull it over and it's your perfect temperature the whole time. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install the basin mixer on a basin for a new installation, but it's exactly the same application for a retrofit. So we take out our Corvus basin mixer, put it onto the bag so we don't damage the chrome. We've got our 450 braided connectors. Plumblink have kept the plumber in mind, and for ease of installation they've gone for a slightly longer braid. They've also got the 50mm nut on the back. And then we've got our easy installation pack. So inside the pack, you've got your fixation nut, your extension tube, your rubber washer, your steel washer, and your rubber O-ring. These two rubber components are extremely important with the installation. If you forgot those out and you just had your steel washer and your brass bottom of the basin mixer, it would rub against the ceramic and the basin mixer would consistently be working itself loose. Whereas if you look at the rubber, it gives you a much better grip. And the reason we have the steel washer behind the rubber is to give it a greater surface area to push down and give you a better seal on the rubber. The rubber also is a material that's flexible, so when you compress the mixer on there, it's got a bit of memory. If you bump it, it'll always go back. So there's twofold for the rubbers, so they're extremely important. First thing we do, take our basin mixer, and we're taking the rubber O-ring, and we're installing it in the recess. Okay, it's in there. We're then taking our 450 braided connectors, and we'll start loading them. The first step is to take the locking nut with the brass side up, feed it through, get this through to the bottom. We then have our steel washer, which is there to give you a greater sealing surface area on our rubber washer, which goes in then. And then we have our brass extension tube. Okay, so now our braids are fully loaded. Next step is to feed them through the basin. So we'll take our basin, and from the bottom, we're going to take our braids and feed them through. We then take our basin mixer, let's put that in case we scratch anything. And now you'll see that we've got the two braided connectors. They've got a staggered feed from the top, just make it a little bit easier for you to install when you need to nip them up. So we're going to hand tighten the braid into the tube. Once again, Plumblink have kept the plumber in mind, and they put these extended tubes in the bottom. Instead of having to get the braid right inside the actual mixer, these tubes are brought right down to the bottom or slightly out. You'll see it's got a little chamfer there and a housing on the outside. That's for the O-ring to go in. So with this braid, it can actually be installed by hand. There's really no need to over tighten it. If the guys want to nip it up, they're more than welcome to nip it up. But as you can see, once that O-ring goes inside that housing, it's starting to seal already. That's your first one in. If the guys want to nip it, once again they can nip it. And install this one. Okay. Now, next step is to feed the brass tube through the hole. Brass tubes through, put it into the bottom of the basin. Okay. A few turns. Okay, we're going to feed the basin mixer through the basin. Just keep in mind that the O-ring must be in its recess. Straight through. Hold it from the top. And we're going to do one step at a time. The rubber washer first. Our steel washer again, just to give you that bigger sealing surface area. And then we've got our locking nut. Okay, nip it up. Get it nice and tight. Get your hand in there, get it nice and tight. If you want to nip it up with a spanner, you're more than welcome, but you just need to nip it, you don't need to over tighten it. Make sure your basin mixer is nice and straight. Get a good grip on it. You can see the installation from the bottom. And then you have your new Corvus basin mixer fully installed. It's easy as that.